What's up, wrestling fans? We're getting ready for Out of Nowhere tonight, which will be live at 11 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. A lot of people have been talking about this. We talked about The Rock with the COVID the other day. You know, he said, oh, I had it, my whole family had it, and all that type of stuff, which is good because they're at the end of it, it looks like The Rock said. So that means, hey, man, you got some antibodies and you don't have to worry about it as much, I guess, now, although we don't really know anything about anything anymore. We got politicians telling us to stay home, and if we go out, we have to do this or that, and we can't go certain places, then they go those places. We have no idea what's real and what's not real anymore in this world. But AJ Styles also has said that he recently had COVID, and he is over it now. So he recently just had COVID. He said this on his Twitch stream, which he says a lot of things on his Twitch stream. He tested positive for COVID a couple weeks ago, probably almost a month. According to Cage Side Seats, Styles said he didn't experience any significant health effects from it, aside from a headache. So, you know, which is crazy because, I mean, he probably had a headache and was like, oh, God, I don't feel like good with my head. And then he probably I'm assuming he got tested on the regular, and that's why it was like, oh, that must have been what it was. But there's just so many false positives and false negatives and falses out there that it's just like, well, how do you even know? I mean, if you only get a headache and you get a false positive, you're like, oh, I had COVID, but maybe you didn't. You know, I mean, I don't know. But he says he did, and he did get a test positive. Maybe he tested again, he got a second positive. You know, I don't know. Also, we'll talk a little bit more about that tonight when we get a little more news about it, but there's really not much to say about it. Also, Tony Khan said that, you know, he wouldn't comment on the Brock Lesnar free agent situation, which is normal because they said the same thing about CM Punk, that they wouldn't talk about it. And, you know, come to find out they offered him a chunk of money, but he said no. And that's typical CM Punk. Probably same thing Brock Lesnar's doing, but it's different. I think CM Punk said no and then didn't end up going to WWE for more money, but he did end up going to Fox because it was like a bonus. Like, cool, I get to sit and kind of just bash wrestling and make $3 million or whatever it was. Cool, sign me up for that. That's funny. But most likely Lesnar is holding out so that he can make more money. So, you know, he's probably going to make an extra $5 to $10 million with WWE because of AEW. Because if WWE offers Lesnar $5 to $10 million to stay for 3 years, he'll probably say, yeah, they offered me that over there, so I don't think so. You know, they offered that to me for less appearances. So all WWE has to do is, well, all Brock Lesnar has to do is wait for WWE to say, well, how about 2 years, 6 dates, and $10 million or $12 million? And he'll probably say, yeah. So Lesnar stands to make at least an extra $2 million off of the existence of AEW, if not more. So that's a big deal, man. Anyway, that's all. Tonight's Out of Nowhere tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the channel. We'll see you guys later. If you want to keep watching some stuff, why not remember when we had Thunder Rosa on the show a little while back and watch that interview we did from just a little while back when our friend Thunder Rosa showed up. And how about when Cody Rhodes was on the show 10 months ago? Maybe you guys could go listen to that again. That's popping up on your screen. Otherwise, thanks to all the patrons, and hit the like button, leave some comments. I'll read them, and I'll talk to you guys tonight for Out of Nowhere live here on the Joe Cronin Show. Now let's go on Twitter and fight with people.